What is going on, everybody? We are back. My name is Denathan Knox, and I am your host and founder of your favorite sports and entertainment talk show at the top. Now, this week, we are going to get into what happened on the court and on the field when it comes to the football season. And the NBA is back, so you know we have to address what was going on the hardwood. Now, our business topics are going to be saved for another episode this week because a lot happened on the field and court, but a lot has happened off of it. So we're definitely going to get to that. But for right now, let's stick to the sports. So we have our top games from the NFL Week 7, which was last week. And let's just break it down. Last week, Week 7 started off with a Thursday night game as people deemed the Unk Bowl. Why? Because two 40-plus-year-old quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco, faced off. But not only did they face off, but they were slinging the rock around. I mean, I feel like both guys had, I believe, over 300 yards. Now, this was a huge matchup for both QBs as, Joe Flacco was looking to hopefully keep the boat above water for the Bengals. And Aaron Rodgers is really trying to solidify a great season with the Steelers. But the Bengals squeaked out a 33-31 victory. And honestly, as a Ravens fans, thank you to the Bengals. Thank you to the Bengals for beating the Steelers. Because I don't know what the Browns are doing, but if you're going to trade your Week 1 starting quarterback to a team in your division that doesn't have their starting quarterback yet and are just trying to stay afloat, you're saying, nah, I got y'all. Make sure y'all make it to the playoffs. What are you doing? Mike Tomlin came out and was like, what is going on? It's basically insider trading. You're going to trade your once was your QB1 to an interdivision team for them to play another division game the next week. Seems a little backwards. I don't know what's going on in Cleveland. Their front office seems to be lost from, all the way back to when they gave Deshaun Watson $250 million. But we don't know what's going on in Cleveland. For right now, the Bengals seem to have their mid-tier guy in Joe Flacco until Joe Burrow comes back. And the Steelers are just looking to kind of find their identity and hopefully make the playoffs this year, coming out the AFC North, which seems like a mess right now. I feel like Daniel Jones rides to the stadium every day some news, beefing with my, because the Colts went legit, son. What are we talking about here? 6-1, beat the Chargers 38-24. Honestly, a dominant matchup. The Colts are looking really real. I know I mentioned the 2023 Saints a few times with the squad. They are looking legit. We're almost halfway through the season. They have one loss, and they've looked their offense have looked great. Their defense is causing turnovers. They're doing what they need to do. Are they a Super Bowl contender right now? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going to happen when it comes to January. But currently, the Colts are one of the best teams in the league, hands down, and they are to be feared. Indianapolis is coming, for sure. I feel for my Giants fans, man. I really do feel for y'all. Because I was watching this game with my best friend, and he's a diehard Giants fan, and I had to leave before the game ended, just so I wasn't messing up that mojo and stuff, because you know how people get when they're watching their favorite teams. But it's even still, these motherfuckers lost. Come on. What? It really brought me back, because as a Ravens fan, y'all know we blow leads all the time. We get it. I understand that. Y'all were up 19-0 in the fourth quarter. 19-0. Jackson Dart's playing well. Scatterbo's playing well. Dable seems like he has the guys ready, but you cannot take your foot off of the gas. Your defense letting up 33 points in the fourth quarter is diabolical. Absolutely diabolical. 33 points in one quarter. Who is Bo Nix? Who? It's Joe Montana? Is he prime Peyton Manning? He must be Tom Brady. How come on, y'all. Come on. Something needs to be said Like, that game cannot carry on to next week. I don't know what needs to be done in the locker room, what leaders need to speak up, what coaches need to speak up, but to let up 33 points in one quarter is ridiculous. Like, we might as well be out there playing hoops. We playing basketball. 33 points in a quarter. Like, come on, y'all. It's honestly, it's inexcusable. And what the Giants need to do is, the offense seems to be rolling some weeks, not rolling other weeks. At this point, figure it out. Like, just make sure you guys are rolling so that when you do get your prime dudes back, like Malik Neighbors for years to come, then you have some sort of identity. Like, losing a game when you were up 19 points shows that your team does not have an identity right now. So you guys need to straighten it up. Dable needs to get into that box, talk to the guys, but something needs to be done with that coaching staff. But I think, like, the players themselves are trending in the right direction. A lot of the 1 o'clock games last Sunday were trash, a lot of blowouts, nothing, no statement games really. So these are the best games, but let's get into our power rankings because we need to know who our top 5 teams in this messy, nasty league right now because everybody's beating everybody. I don't know who's a real contender, who's not. Like, we're going to see who the frauds are when, later in the season comes. But for right now, let's break into our top 5. Here are our top 5 teams in the league right now. And I will start at number 5. Number 5, I have the Rams. Why do I have the Rams? I feel like the Rams have one of the best offenses in the league. Coming off the win, that they had, I feel like the receivers are rolling. Obviously, Stafford's one of those dudes for real. The Rams are doing well. They're in the NFC. They feel like they can make some noise in the playoffs. That's about it for right now. I can't even tell you too much more. The Packers, Jordan Love is playing well. They have 1 tie and 1 loss. They have a tough schedule. They're playing good teams. I feel like they're playing good ball right now. What is to come for them, we shall see. But for right now, I got the Packers at 4. I love the Lions. The Lions, I feel like, is a roller coaster squad. I have them at 3. Right now, in this scenario, approaching week 8, I feel like they're the 3rd best team in the league. Can they completely fall off the top 5 next week? Yes. Can they rock it up to number 1? I don't think so. But they just seem to be going up and down. I mean, that offense, man, between Goff, Gibbs, Montgomery, those dudes are rolling on all cylinders. I mean, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, they got the guys they got the guys to win. It's just about winning now. So let's just get it done. At number 2, as much as I hate to say it, the Chiefs are really, like, they're hitting their stride when they need to be. Everyone likes to hop on the Chiefs earlier in the year when they have slow starts. Same thing with the Bengals, even though they don't have the same playoff success. But the Chiefs, they start out slow. People think it's a down year for them. Sometimes they end up limping into the playoffs. What happens? Patrick Mahomes goes on the road, gets a win. If you give him a home game, Patrick Mahomes stays in Arrowhead, gets a win. It's hard to beat these guys. And the way that they're rolling right now, it seems like they're going to be a dangerous team in the later half of the season, which is when it really counts. And I got to give it up to them, man. The number 1 team I got right now in the NFL is the Indianapolis Colts. Danny Dimes is playing great ball. Jonathan Taylor is running on all cylinders. Their offense is playing well. Their defense is playing pretty well. Continue to stack on these wins. Start beating legitimate teams, which, honestly, I don't know what teams are legitimate now and what teams are frauds. But, honestly, you beat what team that's put in front of you on Sundays. And if they continue to do that, they're gonna stay on top of the rankings. I can't lie. Now, teams that, right now, I feel like dropped out of the top 5, as y'all know, is the Bills. Right now, I feel like the Bills are frauds. The Bills have 4 wins. Of those 4 wins, combined total of the teams that they have played, I feel like they have 2 combined wins. We know the Ravens are frauds now. The Ravens defense won't show up if you was giving out free candy at the door. Like, they're not even trying to be somewhat even relevant right now. We had the best offense in the league for the first 3-4 weeks. Our defense was a revolving door. Just let them all through. Let them all in. Like, y'all know that video with the security guy with the wine? He just grazing over there. Just okay, you good? Yeah, that's the Ravens defense right now. Everybody's valid. Just come party in our end zone. Might as well. But between the Ravens, some of the other teams that the Bills play in Miami, like these teams are trash. Like really trash. Then they play a good team and they fold. So I'm not sure what's going on. Josh Allen, obviously, he's playing well, but for right now, I feel like the Bills are frauds. They don't belong in the top 5 currently. And, that wraps up for our NFL takes. Now, I'm hype. I know y'all hype. But the NBA is back, man. The Hoops is back. Thank the Lord, because Hoops is back. And as someone who loves hoops, as a former hooper, man, I cannot wait for this season. Why? Because the NBA is more skilled than it ever was. Stop talking to me about the 90s. Stop talking to me about the 80s. There are role players today that would give your favorite players hell back in the day. I don't want to hear it. The game has evolved. Just like football has evolved, baseball has evolved, hockey, basketball has evolved to the sense where we have 6'8", 6'9" point guards handling the ball with precision. Guys aren't turning the ball over. Tween step backs at 7'1". Like, what are we talking about here? And you want to tell me that Duke, you know what? I'm not even going to disrespect your favorite or your pop's favorite players or your mom's favorite players. I'm not going to do that. But what I'm going to tell you right now is that the NBA is in one of the best places it's ever been. We have parity throughout the league. There aren't stacked teams that are just running away from everybody else. It's going to be so hard to not only make the playoffs, but for individual players just to make all NBA teams, all-star teams. Like, yeah, the money's going around, the contracts are being signed, but in terms of accolades, it is going to be hard to really gain those accolades that we've seen almost given out in the past. I remember if you were a guard in the East, it was cool. As long as you had a pretty good first half of the season, you was going to make the all-star team. Nowadays, we got dudes that aren't making all-star teams, leading their teams to deep playoff runs. Like, it's going to be different, and I'm so excited for this year. So let's get into the opening week of the NBA and what was going on. Got to talk about opening night. Now, as a, ESPNer, former ESPNer, I'm obviously biased, but NBC did their thing in terms of bringing the NBA back to NBC. In terms of the opening monologue, the talent that they have on screen, the score bug, I'm kind of rocking with it. But it's like they brought that nostalgia back of old school hoops, which I personally loved. I feel like they did a very good job, but I also want to know, is the audience feeling the NBC version or ESPN is coming back? The hoops was declining for a bit. Yeah, they got the finals every year. I get that. The hoops is declining for a little bit. Bringing inside the NBA to ESPN and the way they're meshing with the ESPN ecosystem, man, thank y'all. Y'all didn't change nothing. You didn't go in there and say, hey, let's just totally revamp the show. You kept the show for what it is. Like, those guys have such a great chemistry, whether it's Ernie stuff, Shaq and a Fool, Charles Barkley, who he played for, who he coached for. Like, those guys have something special over there. Keep it that way. And they literally kept it that way. Like, I'm over here finishing up the games, the late night games, 10 to whatever, 11:30, 12, and I'm still here sitting in front of my TV watching these guys. Like, they're literally like, they have like, it's like magnets, like that you just cannot stop watching them. They are funny. They're knowledgeable. Yeah, they be hating sometimes, but that just keeps everybody entertained and, enjoying the program. So I think they're doing a good job, but who do y'all feel more? Are y'all feeling NBC's broadcast or are y'all feeling ESPN's broadcast? I'm not even going to bring Amazon into it. Amazon seems cool, but I feel like they have some ways to really get back into the whole swing of things and really make a name for themselves in the space. But for right now, I got NBC and ESPN really leading the way. And I'm super excited to see what the NBA Finals is going to be like with inside the NBA so close to that property now. So I think it's going to be pretty dope. Man, let's get into the games, man. Listen, I'm an OKC hitter. I'm not afraid to say it. I don't like SGA. I don't like his game. Lou Dort, cool. Looks like he playing football out there. J Dub, just one of the corniest dudes in the league to me. Listen, at whatever. I got it off my chest now. All right, y'all understand? I'm a little biased when it comes to OKC. I'm just letting all the people who watch this know that. Listen, they cool, but I ain't on that bandwagon. I'm not gonna be. You know what I mean? It's whatever. I'm a Russ, KD, Jane Harden dude. These dudes right now, I'm not feeling it. I mess with Chet. That's about it. Chet cool, but that's about it. Now, OKC needed double OT to win both games. Like, to me, this shows me what this honestly shows me more, tells me more about OKC than it does about their opponents. It tells me that they could get into high pressure situations, come down the line, and in a 2OT game, you got to realize basketball's a game of runs. It could go one way, it could go the other way in a matter of seconds. The fact that these guys are coming out with the wins in these high pressure scenarios so early in the season shows me they're trying to pick up right where they left off. Unfortunately, that is a problem for me and all the rest of the OKC haters because they're probably going to win a lot this year. But the fact that they're not even fully healthy and they're rolling like this, I like to see it. But what I also like to see is how the Houston Rockets have been playing basketball. Once that team gets a point guard, holy cow. Once that team gets a solid point guard, you have too many weapons. KD is playing like he's 25 years old out there, hooping. Can we get him the rock at the end of the game, though? Like, come on now. Sengun? Hey, baby hook to the right. Spin. Sengun dribbled down the court and gave you a hezzy pull from the mid-range and won. This what we do. KD is going to have them dudes hooping. Jabari Smith hooping. Then you got Steven Adams down low, bumping and bruising. Like, come on. Oh, that was a bar. Ooh, hooping, bumping and bruising. Chill. But listen, the Rockets are playing real ball. I'm excited for them as a Kevin Durant fan. I feel like that team has, not the sky is the limit, but I feel like they could solidify themselves as the best team in the league if they get it going. Obviously, with chemistry issues, this, that, and the third. But if Reed Shepherd could step up and be a solidified point guard, if they could sign a veteran point guard as well that's on the market, the Rockets are going to be scary. Like, I don't even want to. But Amen is what? Oh, yeah, nah. They're going to be scary, and they're going to be a team that we're going to be talking a lot about this season, barring no injuries. God, please, I don't want to see no injuries to any of these teams. Let's keep this a healthy and fire NBA season. No detrimental injuries. We already have enough guys out. Like, let's not add any more to that list for real. Now, I saw the Spurs play twice so far this year. I'm tuned into these games, y'all. Like, the NBA is so back, it's not even funny. Like, y'all, you really need to grab League Pass because on a random Tuesday night, you could have a Celtics-Orlando game and dudes going crazy about bonkers. Like, trust me. WEMBY, I haven't seen nothing like it. People want to say KD. No, he's not. That's not it. No. People want to say Hakeem. No, that's not it. Like, he is a problem. If that man doesn't get, if he stays healthy, if Wembanyama stays healthy, there is nothing stopping him. He was looking at KD like food. Oh, bang, 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 bang. Derek Lively hitting him with heaves, tweens, step backs behind the back at 7'4"? At 7'4"? Yo, look. Yo, Wemby's out there, y'all. Wemby is out there. I drafted him on my fantasy team. I had the second pick. Listen, I know what I was doing. I'm trying to get that bread this year. Wemby is like that, yo. Like, this team, the Spurs team could do a lot. Like, because you gotta think about this. In order to win a championship, you need 16 wins. That's what you need to get. But you need those 16 wins before other teams could get 4 wins against you in one series, right? Just think about this. If you were playing the Spurs for 7 games, you think you could win 4? With that man on the court. WEMBY alone could get you 2. I remember back in the day when, obviously, I wasn't old enough to watch it, but AI got him 1 in the finals against Shaq and Kobe. He got 1. And everybody was like, yo, AI gonna get you 1. WEMBY gonna get you 2, at least. At least. Like, he's getting you 2 wins, him at least. You got 2 wins in every single series you go into. Now it's just like, all right, let's steal 1 away and let's protect home court and we're good. I don't care if they squeak in as the 8th seed. It's going to be hard to take them down. I remember a few years ago in the NCAA tournament when Taco Fall and UFC almost beat UFC almost beat Duke. I think it was like Elite 8 or Sweet 16 or whatever. And I was like, yo, this is a horrible matchup for them because Taco Fall could win you any game. WEMBY, oh boy, yeah, nah, he coming, y'all. He is coming, and he is completely like that. Now, another team I feel like that will be scary, and after watching them, is the 76ers, yo. Listen, I'm a Paul George fan, and the man gets a lot of hate, and sometimes I be agreeing with the haters sometimes. I can't lie. But if Embiid could go back to his old self, I don't even need 35 from you a night. Give me a good 25 and 12. Give me some blocks. Give me some rebounds. You know, handle your business there. If Paul George could come back healthy and hoop it, guys like Maxey, guys like VJ Edgecombe, guys like, man, they are going to have a squad because their young guns are going to be hungry and they're going to be running these wings, and you have guys like PG and Embiid where you need to double. You have to double those guys when they're on the court. Paul George cannot be guarded by one man. I don't care. Unless it's a top 5 defender in the league, in which case, okay, you're blessed to have that. Joel Embiid definitely can't be guarded one-on-one. I don't care who it is. So now you got 2 magnets on your floor who both draw attention from 2. Maxey is slicing and dicing now. Are you kidding me? And VJ Edgecombe looks like he gets shot out of a cannon every time he drives to the basket. The 76ers are going to be, if they could keep their team straight and healthy for the next 2 to 3 years, don't be surprised if they make a very, very late playoff run and possibly a finals appearance. I'm calling it right now. The 76ers look dangerous. One of my favorite players in the league, and if you're a hooper, you know that he is a true hooper. And I mean, like, he's a guy who eats, sleeps, and breathes basketball. He has a basketball hoop in his house. I am so mad they took the L during this game. But Aaron Gordon went off for, I don't even say one of the most efficient 50 ball ever. He went 10 threes. Aaron Gordon is like 6'8", 240. Hitting 10 threes. And I mean, coming off screens. Mwah. Off the dribble. Mwah. Coke butter cheese. AG, like, he was going crazy. Skiddity pop pop. Boom. Came down again. Skiddity pop pop. Boom. He's wilding. Denver, I feel like Denver just needs, and I hate to say it because Michael Porter just left, but like they need that kind of sick in the head dude who just gonna come down and get them a bucket sometimes because they got the rest. Jokic needs to get back into swinging things, but Aaron Gordon is hooping like that. And if the surrounding guys around Jokic could play up to par, Christian Braun's gonna need to be playing better. Denver can make, like, honestly, the entire league is good, but Denver could really make some solid playoff runs and potentially get themselves into an upper 4 to 5 seed if they're, if they got guys like Aaron Gordon playing this well consistently. He's not going to get 50. But if he's in that 25, 20 range, we're looking real, real good for this season for the Denver Nuggets. And then with all that said, I mean, the NBA right now is a complete toss-up in, I think, both the East and the West. The West is, if I was a GM, I wouldn't even want to be in the Western Conference, because one year you can make the finals, the next year you might not make the playoffs, and it really has nothing to do with you. You can have the same roster both years. It's really that of a small difference between some of these top teams. The East, for example, I feel like is a little more solidified in a sense. For this year, I think the only teams that are ready to make the finals are the Knicks, and I mean, I could say the Cavs. I say the Knicks, the Cavs, and Orlando. I think it's like a 3-team race right now in the East. If Philadelphia could get fully healthy, I think they add it to the 4th team. But right now, I feel like it's 3 to 4 teams at the top. And then the rest of those teams are just trying to really solidify themselves, get older, and really just make sure that they have this stuff in place to solidify themselves for prior years. Maybe not this year is the year to win, but just making sure that they can lock themselves in for years to come and successful years to come. But that wraps it up for the NBA and NFL headlines and best games of the week. The NBA is back. The NFL is in full stride, and I cannot wait to continue to comment on these games with y'all throughout the season. So with all that being said, I appreciate y'all, and I will see you on the next episode of At the Top.